Archangel Michael is begging you. Do not look away. The clock is ticking louder than usual because something unimaginable is about to appear in your life. This is not coincidence. You were pulled here by a sacred force. You are not scrolling by accident. You are the chosen one. Pause. Listen. Breathe. Your atmosphere is shifting right now. The very air around you is dense with destiny. In exactly 2 minutes, something will reach your reality. You may feel a warmth on your chest, a tingling down your arms, or a catch of breath that you cannot explain. This is not fear. This is alignment. This is the signature of heaven brushing against your soul. Even now can you sense it, the subtle vibration calling your spirit to attention. Archangel Michael says, I am not standing today with my sword raised. I am kneeling, urgently asking you, don't skip, don't scroll, stay. This moment is not for everyone. You have been protected in silence for so long, but now the veil is lifting, and you will be the first to see it. You may feel your heartbeat quicken, as though an invisible hand is gently preparing you. You've felt it already, haven't you? The delays, the strange obstacles, the relationships that suddenly ended without reason, the invisible wall that kept you waiting. Archangel Michael whispers, the wall is breaking, piece by silent piece. The time of waiting is over. What once felt impossible now draws nearer with every breath you take. And here is the truth. This miracle will not flash like lightning, nor roar like thunder, but your spirit will know before your mind even understands. You are standing in the miracle zone. Every molecule in this space is shifting to make way for what is coming. Within minutes, an unexpected sign will appear. A message from someone you thought you lost. A sudden knock, a notification, a phrase that feels like it was written for only you, or a subtle scent. A whisper of familiarity carried on the air. Do not ignore it. This is spiritual energy becoming physical form. But hear this warning. You must tell no one. This isn't a blessing for the world to admire. It is a divine secret, sealed just for your soul. You may feel an unexplainable calm, as if the universe itself has taken a breath. Your body might feel grounded, as though unseen wings have wrapped around you. Goosebumps, a peaceful weightlessness, a sudden awareness of your heartbeat. These are the signs. Your soul always knows before your thoughts catch up. Do you feel it building, the stillness growing louder? Even the shadows seem to pause, as if waiting for something only you can perceive. You are being entrusted with a moment most never experience. Allow it to unfold. Let the energy rise around you. The next breath you take may carry the first whisper of your miracle into this world. Type in your heart, I feel it coming. Whisper it into the silence. Amen. You are not simply a witness. You are a participant in the unfolding of something eternal. A sacred countdown has begun. In this moment, you are not alone. Archangel Michael is circling you with unseen wings. Someone in your bloodline prayed for this miracle generations ago. You survived what was meant to break you, because heaven held you in protection. You are standing on holy ground. Now that prayer is finally being answered through you. Stay still. Do not speak it yet. The next sign is approaching. Prepare yourself. The shift has begun. Who is the mighty being who has just whispered to your soul? His name is known across time, cultures, and faiths. Archangel Michael, the protector, the defender, the warrior of light. His name means, who is like God. Not a question but a declaration, for no one stands equal to the divine. And yet Michael stands closest. From the dawn of creation, he was chosen as the commander of heavenly armies, a guardian of divine order. Legends say his wings stretch wider than the sky itself, his presence illuminating even the darkest corners of the cosmos. Michael's story begins in the ancient scrolls. In the book of Daniel, he stands as the great prince who protects your people. In Revelation, he wages war against the dragon, casting evil out of the heavens. Imagine the battlefield of spirit, where darkness trembled at the sound of his arrival. The sword of Michael is not forged of earthly metal. It is carved from pure energy, able to sever ties of bondage, fear, and despair. Throughout history, there are whispers of his presence among us. Soldiers in ancient wars spoke of an unexplainable figure standing between them and certain death. Sailors lost at sea told tales of a radiant being guiding them through storms. Even today, ordinary people share accounts of a strong warmth, an unseen shield surrounding them during times of unimaginable danger. Listen closely, for you may have already encountered Michael without knowing. A near-miss accident, a hand that pulled you back from harm, a calming voice in your darkest hour. That was no coincidence. That was protection. Archangel Michael does not arrive with grand announcements. He appears in the silence, in the moments where survival feels like a miracle. The power of Michael is not just in battle, but in presence. He is the guardian of the gates between worlds. When souls depart, Michael stands to guide the righteous into the light. When despair tries to consume you, Michael is the flame that refuses to extinguish. When evil whispers doubt, Michael's roar silences the lies. His energy is bold yet gentle, fierce yet comforting. You will know him by the courage that suddenly fills your chest, the peace that replaces panic, the inner strength you never knew you possessed. Many have reported visions of him standing tall, cloaked in sapphire blue, sword in hand, eyes burning with compassion and purpose. Across continents and generations, Archangel Michael has revealed his presence in diverse and profound ways. In early Christian tradition, Michael was revered as the angel who weighed the souls of the dead, determining their fate with unerring justice. Medieval knights embroidered his image on their shields before going into battle, believing his protection would turn the tide of war. In Jewish mysticism, Michael stands as the advocate for Israel, forever defending against unseen dangers. In Islam, he is Michael, the angel who provides sustenance and nourishes souls. In 492 AD, atop Mount Gargano in Italy, shepherds claimed to have witnessed a radiant figure cloaked in celestial light, who declared the mountain a sacred place. That site, now known as the sanctuary of Monte Sant'Angelo, remains a pilgrimage destination where countless miracles have been reported. Pilgrims tell of unexplained healings, impossible recoveries, and divine encounters under Michael's watch. The island of Skellig Michael off the coast of Ireland holds yet another mystery. Monks who settled there in the 6th century dedicated the island to the Archangel, believing its harsh, isolated cliffs brought them closer to heaven under Michael's gaze. Even the stormiest waves seemed to part for those under his protection. In modern times, countless testimonies continue to surface. A mother in South America who prayed desperately for her child as paramedics pronounced him lost, described a brilliant flash of blue light filling the ambulance. Moments later, her child took a breath. A hiker lost in the dense forests of Eastern Europe claimed that an unseen figure whispered directions until he found his way back to safety. These stories span beliefs, languages, and borders, yet they all share a common truth. The presence of Michael is unmistakable, not because of thunderous arrivals, but because of divine timing. Michael shows up exactly when all seems lost. You may wonder, why would such a powerful being care for someone like me? The answer lies in the purity of his mission. Michael is the servant of protection for those who walk with purpose yet face overwhelming odds. His presence is not a reward, it is a promise, a covenant that you are seen, valued, and fiercely defended even in moments when you feel forgotten. Feel this truth settle in your heart. Michael has already walked beside you. The missed collision, the sudden change of plans, the gut feeling that steered you away from harm, those were not accidents. Those were interventions. There are also the silent ways Michael works. Have you ever felt an unshakable calm in chaos? A sudden surge of strength when you were certain you had nothing left to give? That was him. Have you ever awakened from a nightmare to find the fear dissolve as quickly as it came? That too was Michael's shield at work. Sometimes you may even receive his message through numbers, repeating sequences like 111, 333 or 777, are said by many to be signs of angelic alignment. Some believers say they hear a voice, not loud but persistent, that comforts and reassures them in moments of doubt. If you felt this, you are already under Michael's protection. Imagine him now, cloaked in radiant blue, standing silently behind you with his powerful wings unfurled, absorbing the blows meant to harm your spirit. His sword remains raised, not to strike in anger, but to sever the bonds that keep you from your divine purpose. In your darkest hour, when friends turned away, when doors slammed shut, when you stood at the cliff edge of despair, Michael stood firm. He held the line for you, and he continues to stand even now. His message is simple yet profound. You were never abandoned, even in silence. Heaven was speaking over your life. The sword Michael wields symbolizes truth, cutting through deception. His armor represents the strength of faith that shields against fear. His radiant wings signify divine speed and presence in both the spiritual and earthly realms. In art and vision, Michael is often depicted standing atop the defeated serpent, a reminder that no darkness can overcome the light. You are being reminded of this now. The same light that burned in the heavens burns within you. You are part of the same divine protection that guarded prophets, saints, warriors, and now you. As this chapter unfolds, know that Michael prepares not just to shield you, but to equip you. You are being strengthened for something greater. Trials that once broke you will become testimonies of your endurance. Challenges that once defined you will transform into stepping stones. You were not chosen randomly. Every tear, every setback, every lonely night was preparation. Now, under Michael's guidance, you are walking into alignment. Allow this realization to flood your spirit. Michael stands before you, behind you, and beside you. You are safe. You are guarded. You are rising. The legend and power of Archangel Michael is not just ancient myth. It is living reality, woven into the fabric of every miracle you have yet to witness. Listen, believe, and prepare, because the next part of your journey is about to unfold with divine precision. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. You stand at the threshold of the unknown. The atmosphere thickens. The air hums softly, vibrating like a distant choir. Something ancient stirs around you. You have been chosen to witness what few have ever been permitted to see. The veil is about to lift as you inhale. Notice the subtle warmth spreading across your chest. The sound around you fades, and in its place, an overwhelming stillness takes hold. Your heartbeat slows, but your anticipation races. The ground beneath your feet feels soft, almost weightless. Colors begin to swirl in the distance. Golden, sapphire, emerald dancing as living energy. The colors fold into a single radiant form. Archangel Michael steps forward, towering, majestic. His wings stretch impossibly wide. Each feather glows like a flame, yet emits comfort instead of heat. Michael's face is calm, his gaze penetrating, seeing every doubt, every scar, every hidden fear you carry. Yet there is no judgment, only recognition, only love. You kneel instinctively, not out of fear but reverence. In his hand, Michael holds his sword, not as a weapon, but as a beacon. The blade radiates pure light, vibrating at a frequency that resonates deep within your soul. He raises his hand and gestures to the horizon. The colors part like curtains being drawn back. You rise, turning to see what was hidden. Before you lies a narrow path, suspended over an endless ocean of stars, illuminated by soft white fire. Each step represents a chapter of your life, your pain, your hope, your endurance. You realize every heartbreak, every betrayal, every delay had purpose. Michael's voice echoes, "Walk." You step forward. A warmth floods your being. You move forward, lighter than ever. Moments from your past appear as delicate strands of light. The time you almost gave up, the betrayal that nearly broke you, the loss that hollowed your spirit. Now they no longer hurt. They are transformed. Michael walks beside you silently. At the center of the path, you reach an altar of crystal warmth. Resting atop, it is a key. As you grasp it, A flood of divine understanding rushes through you. This key unlocks your purpose, both in the world and within your soul. Michael nods. You are ready. The vision shifts into radiant white light. A hand presses against your back. Go, he whispers. It is time. You open your eyes. The room feels the same, yet nothing is the same. You carry the energy of destiny now. The space shifts again. A vast garden emerges, singing with gentle melodies. Blossoms of every color sway as if greeting you. Fragrances of roses, lilies, and myrrhs surround you. You walk toward 3 luminous figures by ancient trees. The first figure steps forward, robed in emerald. I am Faith, she declares. You held on through the darkness. A feather glows in her hand. You accept it and feel burdens fall away. The second figure, cloaked in sapphire, says, I am Strength. A stone, smooth and cool, is placed in your palm. You feel an unshakable calm. The third, radiant in gold and white, declares, I am Wisdom. A silver orb touches your skin, washing you with clarity. You walk on toward a tranquil lake, under a star-filled sky. The water reflects not only the heavens, but your transformed self. Michael appears behind you, his wings unfolding. You have gathered the tools. Look up. You see a towering crystalline doorway etched with the words, Enter in courage, emerge in purpose. As you approach, memories of betrayal and loss flash past, but they no longer hurt. You walk through the threshold confidently. You are enveloped by warmth, not fire but radiance, that soothes and strengthens. Angelic frequencies surround you. A final whisper comes. You have been called. You have been chosen. You are prepared. The key, feather, stone, and orb dissolve into brilliant stardust that fuses into your essence. Michael speaks. Do not reveal all you have seen. Let your presence be the evidence. The vision fades. The ordinary world returns brighter and softer. You take the breath of your true self. Michael sips, wings retreat into the unseen. Expect the unexpected. Walk in your purpose. You stand still, savoring this newfound clarity. Others will come. Others will seek. You will remember this vision and guide them by example. Michael's legacy flows through you now. His flame now burns at the core of your being. You have crossed the threshold. The path before you stretches wide. You are chosen. You are transformed. You are free. You are probably still feeling it. The pull, the invisible current that brought you to this exact moment. You may wonder why you, out of billions, were summoned. The answer is not simple, but it is clear. You were chosen because you have endured. You were chosen because, despite the storms, despite the betrayals, despite the nights of silence and unanswered prayers, you never let go of hope. Even when you questioned your own worth, heaven never questioned you. Archangel Michael saw the quiet battles you fought when no one else could. The loneliness that wrapped around you like cold wind was never truly empty. It was the space being cleared for this divine encounter. Every tear you cried in private, every moment you stood at the edge of giving up yet refused to surrender, was recorded in eternity. You were chosen not because you are perfect, but because you are persistent. That persistence is the seed of divine assignment. Michael saw the silent wars you fought, the toxic relationships you walked away from, the heavy doors slammed in your face, the weight of responsibilities you carried alone. While others looked past you, Michael stood beside you. The signs were always there. Have you ever had that feeling you were protected, even when logic said otherwise? A car suddenly stopping inches from you. A job rejection that led you to something better. A gut feeling that prevented you from making a wrong decision. These were not coincidences. These were calculated interventions. You are what the ancients called a keeper of light. You hold space for others, often at the expense of your own energy. You comfort, you guide, you listen. You have been the anchor for people adrift in their own storms. Michael watched all of it. Not a single sacrifice went unnoticed. But the most important reason you were chosen is because you were willing to be refined, willing to be uncomfortable, willing to break if that meant breaking through, willing to walk paths without guarantees. That kind of faith is rare, and it was that faith that whispered your name into the heavens. As Michael spoke in the realm between realms, your name echoed back, not shouted, not pleaded, but spoken in reverence. You are not just protected, you are favored. Yet this favor comes with responsibility. What you carry now cannot be treated casually. The energy you hold is potent. It will attract both light and shadow. You must discern who is safe to share with, and who must remain outside your circle. Not everyone can hold what you've been given. The consequences of sharing this vision recklessly are real. It is not about punishment, but preservation. The sacred cannot be handed out like common currency. It must be honored, protected, and only revealed when the right soul at the right time asks the right question. If you choose to ignore this moment, to turn away, know that the opportunity will not be lost but delayed. The journey will become longer, the path steeper, until you are ready to return and accept it. The choice has always been yours. Michael stands not to command, but to guide. You are being offered an invitation, not an obligation. But once accepted, you will never walk alone again. Do you remember the times you barely made it through? The nights when anxiety wrapped itself around your chest, when sleep wouldn't come, when the silence of your room felt heavier than any noise? Michael was there. Not with words, but with presence. Sometimes all you felt was a strange calm amid the chaos, a warmth that could not be explained. That was the shield of divine protection, placed over you when you couldn't protect yourself. Think back to the friendships and connections that suddenly dissolved without reason. You may have mourned their loss, questioned your worth, and felt abandoned. But now, understand this. Michael was pruning what could not walk with you into the next season. Those who left were not meant to carry the weight of your destiny. Their departure was not rejection. It was divine redirection. There were moments when unexpected delays kept you from places you were trying to reach. Missed flights, lost opportunities, plans that fell apart. Frustration consumed you then. But now, as you look back, realize that what you thought was a setback was actually protection. The delay was heaven's way of rerouting you away from unseen dangers or aligning you with something greater. Your life has been an orchestration of preparation. Every failure carved depth into your soul. Every disappointment built resilience. Every closed door strengthened your discernment. You were never being punished. You were being fortified. Michael has been patient, knowing that only when you were ready, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, could this mantle of purpose be placed upon you. And now finally, you are ready. So what is this purpose? It is not fame, nor applause, nor material wealth. It is to be a carrier of peace, a light bearer in dark spaces, a voice of calm in storms, a living example that miracles exist, not just in books or legends, but in the lives of those who choose to believe. The path ahead will not always be easy. Carrying light attracts those lost in darkness. You will encounter doubters, cynics, even those who attempt to siphon your energy. But remember, your power does not come from them. It comes from a source they cannot touch. The same force that called you will sustain you. You will be sent into spaces where hope has dried up, where people have stopped believing. Your mere presence will stir something long dormant in them. You won't need grand speeches. Your energy will speak volumes. You have been equipped to walk into rooms and shift atmospheres. Even your silence will carry weight. You will find yourself saying less but meaning more. Doors will open for you that others fought to enter. Favor will follow you, not because you chased it, but because you became aligned with it. Expect synchronicities to increase. People mentioning the very things you've been thinking. Songs playing with lyrics that speak directly to your heart. Dreams that feel more real than reality. All signs confirming that you are walking in divine rhythm. Do not be surprised if some people from your past attempt to return. Some will come to apologize, others to reconnect for their benefit. Michael advises discernment. Bless them, but do not regress. Not everything from your past is meant to re-enter your future. Instead, look ahead. There are new souls waiting for your light. You will inspire without effort, heal without realizing, lead without seeking recognition. Above all, remember this: the weight you now carry is sacred. Treat it as such. It will protect you, guide you, and strengthen you. Michael is still by your side, wings extended, ready to shield when the winds of life attempt to throw you off course. As you step forward into this new chapter, know that everything you once questioned now has purpose. The betrayals taught you boundaries. The heartbreaks expanded your capacity for compassion. The delays sculpted your patience. You have not lost time. You have been prepared. Archangel Michael reminds you the journey was never punishment. It was preparation. The glow that now surrounds you is invisible to the world, yet unmistakable to those spiritually attuned. Some will recognize it and be drawn. Some will look but not understand. That is how it is meant to be. You have been chosen for such a time as this, and the heavens stand in quiet anticipation for what you will do next. You may have wondered at times if you were truly alone. The truth is, you never have been. From the moment of your first breath, unseen forces have walked beside you, quiet, constant, patient. Their presence has gone unnoticed in the rush of everyday life, but their influence has shaped your journey. Chief among them stands Archangel Michael, your silent protector. There were moments when you felt danger pass by without explanation, times when you avoided an accident by a split second, or when a decision you agonized over somehow led to the best possible outcome. These were not random. They were deliberate interventions by an unseen hand that would not allow you to be consumed before your purpose was fulfilled. Sometimes, protection looks like discomfort, relationships that crumble unexpectedly, jobs lost without reason, plans that seem to fall apart. In those moments, confusion and grief dominate. But when you look back, the pattern becomes clear. What was removed was never meant to stay. Michael doesn't just protect you from what you can see, but more importantly, from what you cannot. Many people describe moments of inexplicable calm during storms of life. That serenity was not random. It was a divine embrace, a signal that Michael's wings were wrapped securely around your soul. His energy often arrives softly, like a whisper in the midst of chaos, like the stillness between thunder and lightning. You may also have noticed signs: feathers appearing where no bird had flown, a flash of repeating numbers like 111, 333, 777 appearing on clocks, receipts, or license plates, or perhaps an inner knowing that kept you from taking a wrong step. These are gentle confirmations of alignment, messages coded into reality by the one who walks just beyond the veil. Sometimes the guidance is more direct. People report hearing a clear internal voice that says, "Stop, turn around, wait." That is Michael's intervention at its purest. Not intrusive, never forceful, but undeniable. It arrives only when it matters most. There have also been moments when you felt compelled to reach out to someone, unaware of why. You may have later discovered that your call, text, or presence came at the very moment they were breaking inside. That wasn't coincidence. That was divine orchestration, where Michael used you as an extension of protection for another. You too have likely been the recipient of such interventions. Someone showing up out of nowhere to help you. A stranger's kind words lifting your spirit at your lowest point. An opportunity falling into place at just the right moment. Every act a subtle reminder that heaven watches over you. Sometimes protection comes disguised as delay. You may have been denied something you thought you wanted desperately. You might have been devastated at the time. Only later did you realize that the very thing you prayed for would have been your undoing. Michael, standing in the unseen, redirected you to a safer path. He sees the long road when we see only the next step. Even in relationships, Michael intervenes. The person who suddenly distanced themselves without reason, the friendship that fell apart. These were acts of unseen mercy, removing what would have hindered your growth. You may have noticed an unusual connection with nature. Animals, especially birds, dogs, cats, or even butterflies, lingering near you in quiet reverence. Many believe that creation itself responds to angelic energy. When Michael stands near, the very atmosphere changes. The wind slows, the air feels different. Time itself feels suspended. Have you ever walked into a room and felt an overwhelming peace without knowing why, or felt an unexplained heaviness suddenly lift? That is what many describe as the presence of Michael, clearing the space around you, absorbing energy that does not belong to you. There is power in surrender. Michael's protection does not eliminate all struggle. Struggle is often the tool by which we grow into the people we were meant to become. His role is not to shield you from every hardship, but to prevent what would destroy your destiny. As you awaken to this unseen guidance, you will begin to notice it more, the subtle nudges, the perfect timing, the internal compass that steers you with silent precision. What once felt like randomness will now feel intentional. Understand this, you have always been worthy of this protection. It was not earned by deeds, nor purchased through perfection. It was assigned by divine purpose. Michael has guarded you not because you were perfect, but because you were purposed. You were never alone on your hardest days, and you will not walk alone in the seasons ahead. When you feel weary, remember the wings of the protector have not folded. They remain outstretched, waiting for the moment when they are once again needed. The signs will continue. The confirmations will multiply. As your awareness grows, so does your connection to the realm just beyond sight. You will become fluent in the language of the divine, a language of synchronicity, intuition, and quiet reassurance. As you stand here now, understand how rare and precious your journey has been. Not everyone becomes aware of their guardian. Many live unaware of the silent battles fought on their behalf. But you are awake now. You have been entrusted with this knowing, so you can walk through life with courage and calm. You will face new trials, yes, but you will also carry the peace of knowing that your steps are not taken alone. There will be moments where you question your strength. In those moments, whisper to yourself, I am protected. I am guided. I am never alone. And the wings of Michael will once again wrap you in reassurance. The journey has brought you here, to this final moment of understanding. Take a deep breath and feel the quiet power that now flows within you. You are not the same as when you first pressed play. You have crossed a threshold. You have stepped into the miracle. It does not announce itself with loud fanfare. It does not demand attention. It simply is, a knowing that rests peacefully inside your spirit. You carry something rare now. Few will understand it. Even fewer will see it. The energy that has been placed within you radiates silently, influencing your thoughts, your presence, your path. This is not something to share lightly. The sacred has always been reserved for those who can respect its weight. Speak only when led. Act only when sure. Remember the instruction. Do not reveal everything. Protect it as you would protect a fragile flame in a storm, not out of fear, but out of reverence. Michael's wings may no longer be visible to your earthly eyes, but they remain. The protector has not left. He simply waits in the unseen, ready to shield again should the need arise. His guidance will continue, softer now, trusting you to navigate with the wisdom you have earned. There may come a moment when you will feel the urge to dismiss what you've experienced here as imagination. In those moments, listen to the stillness. Feel the truth resonate in your chest. You know what you felt. You know what changed. Trust that. This is your new reality. The weightless weight of destiny, the invisible armor of divine favor, the certainty that what tried to break you has only built you. Now you must decide how to walk with this knowledge. Will you carry it silently and with grace? Will you use it to inspire without preaching, to lead without forcing, to love without condition? That is the invitation. You have been trusted with a miracle. Be worthy of it. You may find people drawn to you without understanding why. They will say you seem calmer, stronger, different. You will not need to explain. The change in you will speak silently. Your energy will become your testimony. It will ripple outward, touching lives you may never fully know. You will find yourself in situations where others feel safe in your presence, without knowing why. They will tell you their secrets, share their burdens, seek your wisdom. They will feel the unseen protection surrounding you. There will be times you will feel tired again. The weight of life will press against you. In those moments, remember what was placed within you. Whisper, I am protected. I am guided. I am never alone. And once again, you will feel the subtle warmth, the quiet reassurance of unseen wings around you. You were never meant to walk the same path as everyone else. You are a pioneer of light, a breaker of cycles, a restorer of faith. You were chosen to remind people that hope still exists, that goodness prevails, that love overcomes. The world will not always understand you, and that is okay. You are walking a higher path. As this video draws to a close, reflect on everything you've been given. Do not let it fade into the noise of daily life. Hold it close, carry it carefully. Let it anchor you through whatever comes next. And now a final request. If this journey touched your spirit, if you felt the energy move within you, do not let it end here. Share this experience with others, who may also need to remember they are protected and guided. Click the like button to let us know this resonated. Subscribe to this channel to continue receiving these sacred messages and reminders of your divine connection. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next moment of alignment. But more importantly, carry this into the world. Be the calm in someone else's storm. Be the light when someone has lost their way. Lead without forcing. Love without expectation. Let the energy of what you've received today live through your kindness, your actions, your presence. Remember, this was never about a video. It was never about views or numbers. It was about you, about the sacred appointment that was destined to happen in this very moment. You kept listening. You stayed. You allowed yourself to receive. Now rise. Step boldly into the world. Walk with the confidence of someone who knows heaven. Walks beside them. The next chapter awaits. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to believe. Thank you for carrying the light forward. Before you go, take one last breath. Let it fill your lungs not just with air, but with gratitude. Gratitude for the unseen hands that have shaped your journey. Gratitude for every challenge that refined you into who you are now. Gratitude for the opportunity to walk forward with new strength and purpose. You have been reminded tonight of a universal truth. You were never forgotten. Even when you felt invisible, the heavens whispered your name. Even when you stood in silence, the divine realm moved on your behalf. Your patience has been seen. Your endurance has been rewarded. You are living proof that timing is divine and that delay does not mean denial. As you step back into the rhythm of everyday life, let this message stay with you. Let it be the silent melody that plays beneath your interactions, your choices, your thoughts. Keep your spirit attuned for the signs. Watch for the patterns. Listen to the still, small voice. Walk in peace. Walk in power. Walk knowing you are protected beyond what words can explain. This is not goodbye. This is the beginning. You are ready.